It all started 'cause I didn't feel like hoeing no darn pumpkins that day. So I was sitting outside in the sun, eating on a pickle, thinking about what was something else I could do instead. A car passed by and the folks inside stared at me like I was some kind of roadside attraction. I just stared right back. I remembered my cousin Loretta told me about this plant you could chew on and receive sensations. Of course, Loretta and her Cherokee bow used the plant for carnal enhancement. But I wasn't expecting to receive the same sensations as my cousin. I wanted an artistic vision. I'm very artistically inclined. I was the first woman in Sumter County to wear glitter eyeshadow. So I found the plant Loretta had showed me and set about chewing on the leaves. I'd chew some leaves, then eat me a pickle to kill the taste. Chaw me another wad of leaves, eat some more pickle. I didn't recollect how many leaves I was supposed to eat to get the revelation, so I figured I'd just chew till I started tingling. As I was sitting there, cars would zoom by, them looking at me and me looking back at them. I began to wonder, if they were looking at me and my trailer like we were something to look at, why was I looking back at them out of boredom, when clearly I was the thing worth looking at? They were just cars going on down the road somewheres. I was already there, and Jesus was here with me. Jesus was always inside me. And here I was, sitting here watching cars go by and eating pickles just because I was bored. It was a mortifying thought. It didn't take long for my artistic vision to be revealed to me. My trailer was my canvas. I could enhance the beauty of the world, or at least this small acre in Sumter County, by spray painting a mural of art onto the front of my trailer. The vision unfolded itself to me in its entirety when I realized that I should use black light paint because it is so velvety and classical looking. I could use black light bulbs in the street lights so that folks could appreciate the elegance of my art even more during the evening. I painted in starfish, an octopus, redfish, a seahorse, and a merman for my cousin Loretta. I sprayed waves at the top and fish and seaweed and stuff at the bottom, where the weeds in the yard could blend in to make it look natural and all. I worked hard on my art. And that afternoon, whilst I was creating, Junior Fackler stopped by and said that my dress was fine and my arms were sure strong looking, and did I mind if he parked his truck in my yard for a spell. Now, I already told you, I don't have much use for that business, even though I was still tingly from those leaves, and even though Junior and his truck were both looking particularly fetching that day. I told Junior to leave me be and get off my property, but he was persistent. Fortunately, my granddaddy had prepared me for just such an occasion, and when I showed him the shotgun, Junior was forced to abandon hope of ever entering my artful domain. When I completed the mural, my own eyes could not believe what my aching back and now neon fingers had wrought. I felt so proud of my endeavor. I just wanted to pose in front of it. Finally, I had really given those cars something glorious to look at. So I sat there in that hot South Carolina summer sun, watching the traffic pass, and I indulged myself in a refreshing pickle as my reward for all that hard work. At night I sat on the deck watching the cars slow as they beheld my glowing sea upon a trailer. Sometimes people stopped altogether and even backed up to gain a better appreciation of the beauty. It seemed like some of the cars came along my road especially to see my artistic accomplishment, the way they turned around and rode past slowly, again and again. Folks all over the county began to talk about the wonder of it. A lady came up from the Atlanta newspaper to write about the mural. She took pictures and whispered into a tape recorder, real fast and excited, like she was on long distance and her dime was running out. I heard her call me a primitive folk artist, and I didn't much appreciate that. She asked to see more of my work. I told her she had to wait until I had another vision. One night a car loaded with teenage cheerleaders and tequila flipped in the ditch at 3 a.m. due to their gawking and swerving over the serenity of my art. They were a sight as I pulled them out one by one, all puke and party dresses. The next morning the local deputy dog walked into my yard, hitched up his pants, and told me the eyesore had to be gone by nightfall. He said it was a crime to tamper with county light bulbs, that my art was causing too much traffic for a rural road, and would not have been responsible if one of those girls had been seriously, perhaps even fatally injured. The deputy further advised me that if I continued to resist conforming to the community standards of decent trailer appearance, I would find myself a bill for back taxes owed by my granddaddy in my mailbox the following day. It did not disturb me that my art was unappreciated by the authorities, as it did live to enjoy some notoriety in the short span of its existence. It gave folks something to talk about that was not rooted in the nasty or malicious behavior that is common among some of the unchristian element hereabouts. It was undeniably a special form of American art. The lady from Atlanta had said so. I did not regret it. I had leaves to gather and pumpkins to hoe.